Anyway.
All right, and on that note, let's begin.
All right, so welcome to the LuckerDogsCast. This week it's number something.
18.
17? Oh, 18? Okay.
Didn't you just do 17 last week?
I don't
we gave up on
know.
it. Yeah, weren't we gonna do it? But then we ended up not doing it.
Okay,
Wait,
so
let me just go on YouTube.
I can just check the doc.
Just check the docs, dude.
All right, it says 17 for this week.
Alright, you know something funny is that like my mom actually is really superstitious, and she always thinks that like odd numbers are better than even numbers.
Why?
I don't know why. I have no idea what that basis comes from, but odd is better than even.
I don't see that,
Look at it this way: an odd number is number 1, and an even number is number 2.
That's true. And if you have nothing, you have 0, which is an even number.
Exactly.
All right, that makes sense. So this week we're running the backup crew.
Running out of time, and that's all for the show, folks. Everyone sign off.
Can we just see the news, dude? Where's the link?
Wait, hold on.
Wait, you're going straight to the news?
Oh, no. So this
Gross,
week
that's
we
the
have
worst part.
me, Arvinder.
That's like only having the shitty bread crust in a sandwich.
That one was Ray, and then Shashank is the last one.
Yeah.
And since we only have 3 people, I don't know how this is going to go since this is the first time we've done that. Probably poorly, but, you know, sometimes when you do your worst is when you do your best.
Don't you mean sometimes Lucas is a shit and can't get on?
Yeah?
Yeah.
What is he doing anyway?
I don't know. He's probably working or something.
Playing Fallout.
I don't think he's Fallout.
No?
If he was playing Fallout, we would know. And currently...
Oh, because of Steam?
Yeah, currently he's not even online. He could just be offline and playing it, hiding it from us, you know?
Well, I mean, that's very valid, right?
Yeah, but I don't think he's doing that.
Why wouldn't he be doing that?
He has no reason to hide it.
Right.
If he just like wanted to play Fallout and not be on the podcast, he could just say it and we'd be like, okay, that's kind of stupid, but we'd still be like, okay.
I don't care. Just,
Wow. All right.
let's just keep going.
So let's start with you, Shashank. What did you do this past week?
This past week? I don't know. What did I do this past week? I mean, I guess I did stuff, right? I wanted to play BioShock on Steam, but then I ended up playing Civ again.
How did you not just play BioShock? You know how easy that is?
Because I had to install BioShock.
So you just do it.
So I was installing it, and then I was like, I need something to do while I'm installing this. Why don't I play Civ? And then I just, kind of went down in a spiral from there.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know, man. Civ is catching up to Fallout 3 as my most played game.
But it's not even that good.
Civ?
Yeah, dude.
Civ is great.
Nah,
Yeah,
I heard...
Did you ever hear about that guy who played the same Civ game for years?
What happened?
Yeah, so it was an older version of Civ, and he basically ran it for so long that the entire world became a barren nuclear post-apocalyptic wasteland. And none of the countries could muster enough force to kill off any of the other countries. So they were basically just in a eternal dystopian landlock.
Wait, that sounds hilarious.
Wait, the game just lets you keep going forever? I thought there had to be an
he
end or
turned off
something.
the end of the game thing.
Oh, I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah,
You can turn off the time and the signs and everything. You could just keep going, and it'll just keep going and going and going.
You're right, you typing up a paragraph?
Yeah.
Stop doing that. That's
Typing
that's
Arvinder
so
sucks over and
loud.
over again.
It's so
No,
loud.
it's a good luck charm, The more I type it, the better the podcast goes.
No, because that means the more you
It means you have to edit it more,
Exactly.
which means the podcast will be better.
Wait, no,
because
that's not how that works. It's saying editing something does make it better. You're right. But adding things in just so that they have to be edited doesn't make it better.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, whatever. I'm a noisy typer.
All right, great.
Great.
You just use something that doesn't make noise.
Like what? My mind?
I don't know, your phone.
Your phone? I got you, dude. We both said at the same time. You're Jenks, dude. You owe me something.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
What do I owe you? No, I refuse.
No, you owe me, dude.
No, you were too late. Have to be fast.
Yeah, get me a root beer.
Oh, too late.
What?
Yes,
Why?
the rule is if you don't answer within 0.5 seconds, it doesn't work anymore.
Is that how it is?
Yeah.
I guess I have no basis to
So you lose.
counter your.
Other than the fact that you were an idiot and got sucked into Civ, what else did you do?
I got Fallout 4.
All right, so you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, I got the Pip-Boy bundle.
Great.
I don't really want to spoil.
AKA the waste of money.
Wait, it's great. It's literally amazing. And you know,
Wow.
like I had to get the collector's edition.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. It's like literally the sequel to my favorite game of all time.
So?
So, I had to get it. I literally had to get it.
No, you don't have to do anything. Could have just bought the game, man.
Nah, dude. This is actually really, really cool. I'm wearing it on my arm, and I'm playing the game, and it got the HUD. It's pretty cool. I feel like I'm in the vault. But then I just took it off after like 10 minutes because I was like, it's kind of heavy.
Could you realize it's a complete waste of your time and money?
No, it's not because.
All right, so what do you have to say about the game? How much have you played?
Alright, I've played. I haven't played that much actually because I only. I don't know. My package didn't arrive till late yesterday, and I had work today. I've only played like 5, 6, maybe 7 hours, something. So.
That's a pretty good amount of time within like one day.
So the thing is, like, I like it a lot because they've taken a lot of like the things from like that made Skyrim really good because of like the weapons, like 15% more on like ghouls and stuff, on like demons and stuff that they had in Skyrim. If you had like a sword that was better against the undead or something, they have like some of that here for the guns and stuff. They got rid of like some of the stuff which I really didn't like in New Vegas, which was like strength requirements for guns, at least as far as I know right now. So like in New Vegas, you had to be like a certain strength to like use bigger guns, and like you wouldn't be able to use them unless you either were wearing a power armor suit or had high strength. So they took that away, which is really, really good because it was just annoying, and it's really, really nicely done. It's like dialogue is I don't know, the dialogue options and the dialogue is really, it's not forced, it's very clean, and the immersion is like pretty up there.
So how do you like the new dialogue stuff?
Do you mean like the 4 options, like
Yeah, instead of it just
effect?
instead of it being what it used to be, they took the Mass Effect style.
I mean, I like that style too, the old style, because it was more reminiscent of like older RPGs. You know what I mean, right? Like a speech check.
Right.
And like it would give you like the percentage and stuff. But I think this is better for like this type of game because it's less clutter.
So you think it's more accessible? Do you think it's better though?
It's
Like,
more
in the end, like overall.
I don't know. I haven't actually, like, I'm still in the beginning parts of the game. I haven't like actually met many areas, and I haven't had many speech checks, so I'm not really sure about that part. That would require me like trying to find companions, trying to barter for stuff, trying to do like funny dialogue, like Fallout always has, having fun and actually messing around with the RPG elements. But really, I've actually just been wandering around the wasteland at this point and like looting stuff, block picking and stuff. It's great. It's exactly what this game is like what I wanted. And the fact that you don't have to deal with like EXP points as much, like putting them into skills, I think that's a little bit better. I actually kind of miss that, but it's more accessible now. Like I miss that because it made it like even more RPG style. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because
Okay.
you customize your character like D&D. But now it's like, okay, I pick traits and stuff, but that means I can literally do everything, which is nice, but like, I always like the specialist route. Like, I always like being a small gunner with lockpick skills. Like, I didn't really do all the energy weapons or the bigger guns in Fallout New Vegas or Fallout 3. So, and I didn't do explosives or melee or stuff either, mainly because I couldn't ever see myself as a person running up to like people and punching them.
All right. So what do you think of the new actual shooting? Is it like without the VATS?
Shooting mechanic is good. I mean, I just tab VATS all the time because I'm like a coward, just to see if there's enemies around.
You don't just look at a dude and just shoot him. You have to be always VATSing.
I'll do that for like human beings, but for like rad roaches and stuff, because I'm scared of bugs, I'll just be like shooting all over the place, and I won't actually hit them.
So you're just a huge pussy who can't handle it.
Yeah, because okay, so like now you can see rad roaches on like walls and stuff. The first time I saw it, I was like, "Shit, dude, that's fucking sucks." That means it could be on the ceilings right now. I'm so scared.
But other than that, the shooting is actually useful instead of what it was in Fallout 3, where it was you might as well just be shooting at a wall the entire time instead of actually trying to shoot people without VATS.
No, actually, I found the shooting in Fallout 3 okay.
Nah, dude, it was ass.
No, I've played this game several times.
Super ass compared to any other game, and you're like, wow, what is this?
I mean, I never felt that way. Maybe it's because I don't usually play shooters.
So you just usually don't play like good shooting games, so you don't understand what's good, right?
I don't know if I would say that. I mean, it was all right. I don't play like COD or like even like Borderlands and stuff. That's like probably I don't play that much. I usually play third-person shooters, but I remember using my favorite gun in Fallout 3, the Lincoln Repeater, that like it would aim pretty well. And even with like other hunting rifles like Old Painless and stuff, and the Chinese assault rifle, like the most popular gun in that game, it wasn't that bad. Except like the guns had lots amount of spread. That was the problem. Like if you shot with the assault rifle in Fallout 3, you're probably gonna get like 3 bullets out of like 15 on target.
That was a big part of why I stopped playing Fallout 3 after like 5 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, this game feels super clunky, and I just like don't want to play it like that.
I don't know. Maybe it's like different. If you're coming from a first-person shooter perspective, like when Fallout 3 came out, like there were a lot of comparisons between that and Borderlands, right? Because both of them are like RPG-oriented first-person shooters.
Right.
But the problem is that like Fallout is fun as a first-person shooter, but like it's really not supposed to be a first-person shooter because again, like a lot of it, you can play melee, you can play unarmed, you can play with like just energy weapons and stuff. You can play explosives. You can play a lot of different ways attacking, and it's more so focused on the dialogue and the RPG elements. And Borderlands is a lot about looting and a lot about actually like quests and like just shooting and collecting all the guns, right? Borderlands 2, they always pull out that stat like 1 billion different guns.
Well, that's because they had it wasn't just like guns that they programmed in. It was a procedural system that they used.
Yeah. Kind of like how in Skyrim they have like randomly generated weapons, and they have. I think they're getting that. I think that's the thing that's in Fallout 4 as well. They have the same type of thing. If you kill like legendary enemies, right, they'll like spawn weapons, right, and like the effects of those weapons, the special weapons are like random. They're procedurally generated too, so it'll be like a plus, like whatever on certain types of enemies. The same way in Borderlands, you have like something like reload is a little bit faster or something. I mean, Fallout 4 does the first-person shooting a lot better. Yeah. If I have any problem with this game, it's just that like it's a lot more accessible than New Vegas or 3, which is all right because it makes it more popular. And I'm not like so hardcore that I really want it to be like Fallout 3 because it's not going to be like that. Because I all the things that I look for, like the character development, the plot, the voice acting, as far as an RPG goes, I get that. And I get like that expanse. And it's not forcing me to do anything, which is the freedom I like. So I really like this game so far.
So you're playing on PS4, right?
Yeah, I am.
How does the game run?
Game runs pretty well. I don't think anybody like expected it to run poorly on PS4.
I mean, if you look at Skyrim on PS3 and how it was just a complete disaster, you never know with this studio.
I guess that makes sense, but like eventually Skyrim with the patches got better, and that's also because like I don't know, this game's been in development for a long time, like a really long time. Skyrim was too, I guess, but I don't know. I felt like Xbox was more of the console that they were targeting for a console platform, and Elder Scrolls is more popular for like PC gamers anyway.
Right.
As opposed to Fallout, which is, I guess, a pretty new. Yo, Ray.
I had my mic muted for like the past 10 minutes. I unmuted it just to do that.
Well, like Fallout is like a newer IP because the older Fallout games were PC games, but they were nothing like Fallout 3, New Vegas, or 4. So like it's. I guess for that, it's easier for them to go to mainstream consoles. But the older Elder Scrolls games were all like really popular for PCs. People play Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion all the time on PCs. The Shattering Isles, or whatever, the Shivering Isles DLC is like really still popular. It's like one of the best DLCs, I think. And that was the Oblivion DLC. But it's whatever. I mean, one thing I did find out about Fallout 4 is that it actually runs worse on PC if you try to make it run at more than 60 frames per second.
All right, well, that's like a problem for, what, like 0.01% of people?
No, well, there's that. And also, if you have VSync turned off,
Okay.
your character's movements are unstable.
All right, yeah. Well, pretty much for most PC games, it's like, if you don't have VSync on, you're just gonna be screen tearing and having issues anyway.
That's true. It's because the game engine is like locked at 60 frames per second. It's locked at the frame rate. So if you go up to like 120 frames per second, game engine starts like doing weird shit.
Man,
Like,
did they learn nothing from Dark Souls 2?
I don't know what happened.
So in Dark Souls 2, the original release of it, the weapon degradation system, it was based on the frames per second. So when it came to PC, all the weapons degraded twice as fast. And they didn't fix that until the Scholar of the First Sin version of it came out. And that was over a year after.
Wait, that sucks.
Yeah.
How did anybody play the game?
Carry around multiple weapons, so you don't have to worry about it.
So, finally, the other thing is that apparently there are some frame rate drops with the PS4 in like the news and like the community, but it's not really as much as for the Xbox One. Apparently, the Xbox One is really struggling with this with Fallout 4 right now. Like,
what's the main issues they're having?
Frame rate drops.
Okay.
Lots of frame rate drops. And like there are some sources that say that if you get like SSDs in your Xbox One, apparently, or if you get faster hard drives, I don't know if you can actually take them out legally in Xbox One, but
no, you can.
There's some people who say that they've been experiencing better performance with faster hard drives for the Xbox One. I don't know if that's going to be the same for the PS4 because a lot of tests have shown that the PS4 OS is really streamlined for this type of hard disk that it has.
Yeah, adding better stuff to it doesn't really do anything.
Mm-hmm. So it's not like it makes a difference for PS4, but apparently for Xbox it does. Like,
yeah, for Xbox One, if you have a hybrid SSD drive or something like that, a lot of the UI stuff, in terms of the Xbox dashboard and everything, sees improvements. Yeah, so it might be that it doesn't have to worry as much about that and can actually maybe make use of that power a little bit more.
That makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense because that overlay probably takes a lot of performance issues.
Yeah, the Xbox overlay is like a lot more robust, so it probably uses up a lot more things.
Yeah, the PS4 HUD looks like shit. I actually hate it. I can't even organize the games that show up. And like there's like apps mixed in with games and it really annoys me. Like I want to keep it clean. I don't want to see some indie game over here. I want to see, and I definitely don't want to see like random crap like PS Now when I don't even use it.
Just bring back the XMB, dude.
That was actually so much better. So, guys, I might be in the minority, but that was so much better. So much better.
I mean, it was the problem with that was it's like you want to get to something, it might take a while, but you always knew where it was. That was a nice thing about it.
That was great, especially if you like later on when you had like downloaded games and apps and stuff, because we'd have like tons of stuff. Maybe in the 80 gig era it wasn't a big deal, but the XMB was so good for like when the PS3 Super Slim or the PS3 Slim came out.
Yeah,
at that
definitely
point,
was better.
Yo, also, what happened to me this weekend, I beat Arvinder in Mario Party.
You guys played one-on-one Mario Party? Wow,
yeah, Curtis played with us too.
You guys played Mario Party together?
Well, we went to Yestercade.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
And yeah, they had Mario Party there, so that was...
And guess who won? Me, because I moved the slowest.
I mean, it doesn't. Winning Mario Party is nothing, man. That game is crap anyway.
Yeah, wait, do you realize that I didn't win any mini games? Like zero. I never got first place at all.
Man, the thing about Mario Party is that like the more you're winning, the more chances the game gives you to fuck up. So if you're not doing well, most of the time the game just gives you opportunities to get better.
Nah, dude. It's just because I was good.
It's designed to piss people off, dude.
Well,
no. See, that's the thing. It's very well designed because nobody really feels like they have to walk away from it until the end.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it doesn't piss me off since it feels completely unfair.
Yeah, but you just suck.
But But it doesn't matter if I'm doing well because I was winning the minigames.
Yo, and I lost every single minigame. Even the ones where I was paired with Arvinder against Curtis.
I hate you.
There was one point where me and Arvinder were playing a 2v1 against Curtis, and then I died, but Arvinder did not know for the entire minigame. So he kept going. He's like, because you could save each other. It's like team play. And I was like, oh. And he's like, where'd you go? And I said, oh. And then he's like, what does oh mean? And I'm like, that means I died, dude.
It's like you don't know how to play video games sometimes.
I don't know, man. I also beat you in Bomberman.
That was N64 Bomberman. Yeah, the good old 15 frames per second gameplay.
I also beat you at Mario Kart 64.
Again, the game where you can't tell what's going on. My brain can't handle things when they go too far down in the frame rates.
Nah, dude, that's just an excuse.
Maybe it's an excuse, but I'm sticking with it, alright?
Nah, I destroyed you.
That game is not holding up well. Maybe if you ran it on an emulator and can, like, give it some extra power or something.
No, there's smoothing, right? That's what they call it.
Uh-huh.
That's what they do for the PSP to PS Vita or PS1 to PS Vita. They do texture smoothing so that
it's not melting textures.
It's not pixels.
Yeah, the melting textures.
Yeah. Oh man, that game does not look well. The Wario Circuit one, the Wario Stadium or whatever, that was literally the stupidest track I've ever played.
Even for Rainbow Road, you would think the only thing that's detailed on this map is the road. And it's a flat road. And it still ran poorly. I can't believe it.
The worst part was you could never tell where the chomp or whatever that thing is.
Yeah, it just kind of showed up sometimes.
It just kind of like just appeared out of nowhere, and I would always hit it because I would be like, what is that? And by the time I recognize it, I'm there. I'm hitting it.
Man, every time, like now, I think about all the frame rate drops in Mario Kart 8 when you play like more than 3 players. I'm just like, wow, we've come a long way. The N64 and PS1, that era was some of the worst when it came to actual frame rate and good performance in video games. And eventually we kind of got there towards the end of PS3 and 360, but we're kind of out of that now. All right, Ray.
Wait, can I say one last thing?
All right, what?
No, it's my turn. Fuck off. Just kidding. Go ahead.
So I told you about the dialogue before, right?
Yeah.
So this is like one example of why people are kind of pissed about Fallout, is that in Fallout 3, right, if you pick the character with like 1 intelligence or like 2 intelligence, right, like really bad, like so he was really dumb, like he couldn't even form sentences with proper grammar. So like you would never know what he is like exactly saying, so it would be hilarious. You'd just be playing the game, talking to people, and you'd be mistaken words for like peace with like pizza and stuff. So it was really funny, but you don't even get that anymore. Like, a lot of people have been playing with like Intelligence 1 because they want the same thing, right? But it's like the same dialogue option, so it's just shitty.
Oh, so you know how now you just pick from like 2 words that kind of describe what you want to say?
Yeah.
Have you had any moments where you were like, all right, that seems fine, but when they actually say it, you're like, that's not at all what I wanted to say?
Several times. I thought when he said like, I'm out, right? He meant like, oh, I'm gonna go out to go and get this item or whatever. But no, he's saying, oh, I'm out of this plan. Like, don't count me in. Which isn't what I wanted at all, because now I sound like an asshole.
So they got the accessibility of the Mass Effect system, but they also got all the crap that comes with it.
Yeah, it's really, really dumb. Now that I think about it, that's like one of the things I love the most about that game, is because of the dialogues and because of all the actions I can make between character to NPCs. Like, there aren't that many games that do that anymore. Like, good RPGs. Like, maybe The Witcher, but I have never played The Witcher, so, like, maybe I'll...
And you never will, even though you have it.
That's true, I have it. And I will never play that game. I can run it, dude.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I can't run The Witcher 3, though.
Alright, so Ray.
Oh, is it my turn now?
Yeah, it's your turn now.
I didn't know I got a turn.
I'm sorry.
I'm kidding, dude. Come on. Alright, so what did I do this week? Oh yeah, I freaking went to work.
Oh, dude, Ray went to work!
Yeah.
How was that?
Okay, so I still need to get my stuff. Like, I'm stuck in IT tickets right now, and I don't have anything I can do to actually do work with. And I've basically just read all the Wikipedia pages about what I'm going to be using already. So it's like a desperate balance between trying to appear like I'm doing something and knowing that I legitimately have nothing to do.
So you have no work, but you still have to go to work?
Yeah, that's partly my own fault because I was like stuck at home for a while. And you know, like when you're at home for a really long time, you sort of start getting to get antsy about that sort of thing, you know?
Okay, yeah.
So like, I'm still glad to be in the office. And my manager's super chill. And the guy who's helping me out is also super chill. It's just the situation is bad, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, you still get to go out and get super wasted?
No, I don't have anyone to get wasted with anymore. Look, the two people that came like to the same area as me were the two married people.
No!
Except for Josh is also married, but he was the one who like broke the vodka bottle with his like wedding ring, and he's not with me. So.
Oh, well, just getting new people so you can be like Shashank.
Dude, just be married.
Wait, that's not at all what I was trying to say. I mean, I guess you could do that. That kind of sometimes.
That rounds it out, you know. It's like going in the opposite direction of solving my problem here.
Yeah.
No, well, then you could just drink with married people.
I feel like they would be better drinkers than me.
Yeah.
Maybe, but you could also
you know, they've had plenty of experience, and in the case of the woman, probably have to abstain for so long. Or, well, no, now I'm thinking about people with kids.
Well,
actually, do either of my? No, they don't. Okay,
so what you got?
At least I don't feel super young yet, because you know, at least I don't know like too many people with kids.
You got to drink with them, dude, so that you can level up, dude. You need to get really good. You got to
level up.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, level up your drinking.
Level up your drinking, dude.
So you can handle your alcohol when your boss is like, all right, we're having a drinking challenge, and then you can oppress them.
I don't think there's any way that scenario ends well.
Wait, why wouldn't it end well?
Well, I can think of a few ways. Like, for example, I get drunk and then start talking the way I do on the podcast.
So you mean...
Wait, no, then your boss would love you. Dude, right, you're so down to earth. I'm promoting you and giving you a raise.
Okay, what if I start talking like you guys did on the first few episodes of the podcast, making Indian jokes for no reason?
All right, well,
I think I would be a little screwed then.
At least that wasn't me.
Wait, he might say, Ray, you've got some spunk and you've shown some initiative in learning about other cultures. I'm going to give you the chance to be a telecommuter and work with a purely Indian crew based
That sounds awful.
No. But you know what? You get to telecommute and work from home, and guess what? You're now a district manager.
Still sounds awful.
I don't want to manage anything.
I don't know, dude.
Then you have like more responsibilities.
Yeah, but now he makes like what? Like 7-8 figures.
7-8 figures.
Okay,
there's a pretty like small.
So 56 figures? I'm pretty sure that's more than like existing.
Okay. So wait, the managers probably don't even get that much. They probably make like what, 150K.
Yeah,
man. What you're telling me is you're just trying to make things worse for him.
No,
but by looking like it's making it better. Shashank is perfect management material.
Oh, you're right. So Shashank.
Yeah, not even like lower level management where people are actually trying to do the right thing. I mean like upper middle level management.
Shut up.
Where you're not high enough to be important, but you're still incompetent and staying.
Wait, I hate managing. I don't want to manage.
Well, it's clear that that's where your skills are best. So I think that's where you should be headed.
I'd manage. Oh, wait, that means I get my own secretary.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can get sued because you'll be... I'm not going to go any further, but let's just say you'll...
No. What will I be doing?
No, it's not important.
No. Yeah, you gotta tell me, dude, because if I'm getting sued, that's pretty big.
You'll find out when you get sued.
No, I don't want to make any mistakes. I don't want to. You're my friend, dude. You're supposed to be looking out for me.
We can talk about this off the air.
What do you mean?
I don't want to be airing these things, you know.
Yo, air it out, dude. Air it out.
Oh, no,
yeah, for real. Can you just like cut everything I said?
What?
Just kidding. I'm kidding. There's no way anyone I know is ever gonna watch this podcast anyway.
Hey, you don't know that.
Hey, I'm watching. I probably won't be watching this podcast anyway.
See, get wrecked.
Alright.
Arvinder doesn't even watch it in any meaningful sense because he's got to edit it. I bet you're tired. You're probably too tired to watch it once you're done editing it, right?
Well, obviously, I'm not gonna watch it after I'm done with it.
Yeah, exactly. So
I
that
have.
just leaves Lucas. Lucas is probably all our views.
Well, sometimes
Every
that's all you
single
need.
one.
Sometimes Lucas is all you need to get the work done, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So you do anything else?
Oh, let's see. Well, I tried making Indian food.
All right.
What was that?
Well, did I tell you guys about the last time I tried doing that?
Yeah.
It came out like completely different. You added like sugar instead of salt or salt instead of sugar.
But no, I just like I didn't have enough like dairy-based stuff to balance out the tomato paste, so it basically tasted like a very spiced tomato sauce, which is good for pasta, not so great over rice.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so this time around, I like did it right, and it actually came out well, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's pretty cool. But the thing is that like I like stuff that smells really good. Like you ever use those curry paste or like curry roe things you can buy in like Asian supermarkets to like
Yeah.
Yeah, or Arvinder, you remember when I was in the apartment, I used like that Japanese curry roe in a box stuff, and like it smelled a little bit, right? Like in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like when I make this stuff, it's like I must be doing something wrong. Like maybe I'm not frying the spice enough beforehand because it doesn't smell good at all. It just tastes all right. But then when I came home, because my work's only 10 minutes away, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I can actually dip home for lunch if I'm fast enough at cooking. So I started in on it and like it tasted good. And when I came back, it started smelling good like after 5 hours or so. So I am doing it right. It just takes time. Clearly, I have to let the food cool down for 5 hours and then heat it back up.
That
What?
makes sense, I guess.
It only smells good after you heat it up again?
No, I didn't heat it up again. I'm saying the leftovers from the dishes I haven't washed yet smell good now.
Oh, okay.
But it wouldn't taste good cold, which is why I have to heat it up again. They're like separate things.
Maybe
Right.
it's like still boiling away like impurities or something. And that's what you're smelling. Like, I don't know. I'm just...
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know how these chemical reactions work.
Yeah, me neither. Especially the ones involving smell. Like it's just so weird, you know. You know, smells are vibration.
Yo, Arvinder, weren't you a science major? You should know this.
I didn't do any chemistry.
No, for real though. Smells are like hearing. Like not exactly, but like what causes the sensation of smell is actually vibrationally based.
It just vibrates your nose.
I mean, to put it crudely.
Hey, if it makes sense, it's good enough, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's still like based on the chemicals and stuff. But like, then again, I guess when you reduce things down to too low of a level, everything's vibrations. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Okay.
Well,
It's
you know,
like,
just like how a lot of physics is really just friction in the end.
is that even true?
Until you go too low, and then you get down to like nuclear forces and stuff.
I wouldn't
Right.
know, man. Arvinder knows this.
Well, it's like how
Wait, no, he won't know this. He was astrophysics. This is like regular physics.
I mean,
Arvinder, you don't have to answer. It's
I
fine.
mean, you still need to understand how
No,
physics
you
works
don't.
on Earth
No.
before you can do it in other places.
No, you don't. Dude, do you hear earthophysics? No, that's regular physics. You're
What?
astrophysics. Astro means not Earth. It means space.
Well,
So,
anyway, it's like how you can kind of think of all your different.
astrology.
Are you still going?
Neuroastrophysiology.
Yeah, the Houston Astros. Their logo's like a star or something.
All right, it's like how you can kind of think of all the different senses as just a different form of touch, right? Which is why you can kind of make that everything is just a freaking vibration or something.
Maybe, dude. Maybe. What if we're not even like feeling anything?
Well, but like we think we're feeling something, so maybe we are feeling something.
Maybe we're just thinking that we're feeling stuff. Maybe we're not actually feeling stuff. What if you guys don't even exist? And I'm just feeling like myself
I mean, maybe
stuff.
that could be true. You don't know.
Dude,
What if you were just talking to no one right now?
I'm feeling myself.
Isn't that like a song by Beyonce?
Wait, is that really a song by Beyonce? I'm definitely sure that's a song.
By Beyonce, or at least in some song, Beyonce goes, "I'm feeling myself, feeling myself."
Oh, that's Nicki Minaj featuring Beyonce.
That's Nicki Minaj's song.
Feeling myself, yeah.
All right, well, it doesn't matter. They're all the same to me.
Really?
What?
I feel like you could start up some wars there.
Oh, I was just saying, that a lot of the more popular music kind of sounds the same.
Oh,
That's all.
That could start up some wars too, but not.
I mean, but it does. It's not like you can.
I mean,
it just all that matters is the more you know about it, the less it sounds the same. That's all. I don't know enough to see the distinction in a lot of them.
I guess.
So it's okay. I'm not saying other people are stupid. I'm saying
yes, you are. You always say that.
Wait, no, I just said that I'm not.
Alright, fine.
Yeah, see?
You got away this time. I will trap you.
Alright, so I finished Dark Souls 2 this past week, but since the other people who actually know about it aren't even here, I'll just save it until next time.
Yeah,
Tell me about Dark Souls 2s, dude.
Alright, but instead of that,
I want to know about Dark Souls 2.
Instead of that, I started looking at Just Cause 2 because Just Cause 3 is coming out.
And you're going to buy Just Cause 3, right?
I mean, Just Cause 2 is a lot of fun, but...
Just Cause 3 will be even more fun.
Probably, yeah. But right now, I'm playing it on PS3, and the game doesn't perform as well as I would like it to the point where, like, it just crashed on me after, like, 45 minutes of playing. Apparently, I was doing, like, too many things. But the game controls really nicely, and you can get around real fast. Now, even though in Just Cause 2, you only have the grappling hook and then the parachute, and you can just do it over and over again. But Just Cause 3 has the wingsuit, which pretty much means you can actually have a lot of horizontal motion now.
Really?
Yeah, because in Just Cause 2, you could go up and down real easily. Horizontal motion was a little bit harder. But now that you have the wingsuit, you can just, parachute up, wingsuit away.
I mean, why don't you play that game when it comes out?
I mean, I might, but I have to, get through, or at least play some of Just Cause 2 to make me want to spend, like, money on the new one, right?
I mean, I guess. But didn't you play Just Cause 2?
I never finished it.
Wait, you never finished the game?
No, that game's long.
No, it's not.
What do you mean, no, it's not? It's an open world game. They're always long.
I think you're just, like, making
Especially in Just Cause 2, where, like, in order to get the main story missions, you have to do some of the side stuff. And then after you cause enough chaos, the main story missions open up.
Okay.
So you can't even, like, just run through the main story if you wanted to.
I think
you have to do side stuff. What do you mean? I just explained to you how you can't.
Okay, fine.
Unless you have a way of doing it that I don't know.
I do.
All right, tell me.
It's, don't be Arvinder, because Arvinder sucks one.
All right, so let's move on to the news of this week, or past week.
Are you going to edit all that stuff out?
No.
Alright, cool.
Wait, we have news?
Yeah, we have news.
All right, well, I got news too, so this will be fun.
All right, you want to start?
Yeah,
No, I got a completely irrelevant and also irreverent news.
All right, so
Does it mean that should go at the beginning or the end?
I mean, you can just come in whenever you're ready for it.
There's no context in which this could fit in naturally.
All right, so then just go for it now.
All right, so basically, there's this guy called Mike Busey, right?
Okay.
And he owns, like, this basically a den of scum and villainy in Florida because, of course, crazy stuff comes out of Florida, right?
Right.
So the place is called the Sausage Castle, and it's basically just, like, for people to have, like, the most depraved ongoing house party of all time. But, like, like, in a good way.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it's for people who are, like, definitely on the edge of society, but, like, not for assholes.
All right, okay.
Yeah, so, like, it's just for, like, things that society would be like, oh, God. But then all those people come together, and it's, like, it's a house for those people. So anyways, this person also gives priority housing to displaced veterans. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because, as you all know, today is Veterans Day, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but okay.
No, it is.
Now you know, Arvinder.
All right.
Jeez.
Dude, Arvinder, thank all
What?
the veterans that you know. Thank them now.
I don't think I know any of them, so...
Thank anybody that you know in the armed forces.
All right, I'll do that.
Good job.
Okay, right, go on.
So this guy hired basically like this guy hired a porn star out for the day. I don't think it's even like hired. She just agreed to do this. So he's celebrating Veterans Day by like having this party and then letting all of the servicemen that live in the sausage house have like a free blowjob to end the party.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, this was his idea. And then like the person he found was like, oh yeah, sure, because she does this sort of thing already. And then he was like, and this is a quote from the article, why don't you suck dick for a noble cause? That's, yeah.
But how many dudes was it?
What?
You don't know how many?
Well, I mean, it's happening today. The news article was before it actually happened, so I don't know.
Okay.
So we don't have solid numbers on party attendance.
We don't have solid numbers. You know what? We can research that for next week if the same
All right.
viewers tune in, which I'm sure they won't after hearing this.
So he's trying to do something good, I guess. Even though I don't know. I don't know how STDs work in those situations, but you know.
I mean, it should be all right.
I'm sure they know what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, people in the porn industry are like,
Super
or at least,
safe.
yeah, at least like the legitimate porn industry. They know what they're doing. All right, so good start for
Okay.
the news this week.
Yeah.
Speaking of women, there's a new survey.
Wait. How are you going to lead this in? I'm a little scared now.
No,
Don't worry, this will be offensive the way I'm leading it in.
Yay!
Good job.
There's a new survey which claims that there are actually more women who own consoles now than men.
Really?
Yeah, what they said is that out of the people that they surveyed, 42% of them who had Xbox Ones and PlayStations, like specifically video game consoles, were female, and 37% were male. What exactly that means? It's like that they have that game system, because actually, when I'm looking at it right now, it says that they have game systems, not necessarily that they're the ones who bought them. Because like for all you know, it could be they live with someone who has it. They didn't specify on that.
Well, there's a lot of hidden variables here. I mean, like, you might not actually know because of the fact that, like, yeah, they might be in the same household, but at the same time, like, I don't know, maybe a lot more men play PC games than women.
Yeah, that could also be part of it. Although, what was it? There was another study done earlier this year which said that people who refer to themselves as gamers, out of the people that they studied, 59% were male and 41% were female. So although it might be that more women might have consoles, but from these two studies, just looking at this, not any other things, more men are bigger part of the actual industry in terms of like people who go back to it and are more involved in it than just owning the console.
Yeah, but then again, you're also thinking like people who define themselves as gamers. Like, depends on like what people mean by gamers, because like the word gamer sometimes, like even now, especially now, has a really bad connotation because of like Gamergate and stuff. So I don't know, and Gamergate was like directly against like feminists in like the video game industry, like Anita Sarkeesian and like all those people, right?
Right.
So like women, even if they do like playing video games casually or recreationally or for fun, like just like I do, like, or like any man would do, they might not want to be associated with like that word because of what it's come to represent.
Like
Right.
gamer?
Yeah, like gamer, like Gamergate, you know?
Man, I don't think anyone even cares about that anymore. Come on.
I don't know. I mean, I'm saying that might be an issue. Like when I think of it.
I mean,
You're right.
I think it was a big enough thing that people are still aware of it.
Also, like, I mean, do I think of myself foremost as a gamer? Like me, like playing video games now. Like, I don't know if I would think of myself as like, if all I play is like Fallout or like Dragon Age or like RPGs, like JRPGs and stuff. But like, I spend more time like watching anime or TV, right? Like what?
Right.
Like, but there are some people who spend most of their time playing like multiplayer for online games, and that's like their number one source of recreation, right? And because they're playing their games with other people who also play games, because of that being a community, they might consider themselves gamers as a community. But like, I play single player games, and maybe women are more predisposed to play single player games, right?
Well, that's been, or not so much in this stuff, but a lot of other studies have shown that is the case because of all the issues when it comes to the voice chat stuff with women.
Okay, so then, like, in that case, they might not feel like they game enough that they label themselves as gamers. You know what I mean?
They do it as a solitary thing, not necessarily as a community thing.
Yeah, exactly. And so that makes a lot more sense. Like, I play games, but, like, I play a lot of games, and I guess I'm a gamer. But like, then it's a guess. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I know a person who literally only plays, like, one of my coworkers only plays like Gears of War or like first person shooters and like Left 4 Dead type games, right? But like, I would say I know more about video games like as an industry than he does, right? And I play more varied types of games. But he would say that he's like a hardcore gamer.
Right. So it's just about whether you could just see it as how enthusiastic you are about just the things that you like, not necessarily
and
about the industry as a whole. Right.
Yeah, it's like someone who actually studies art professionally versus like kids who go to NYU who like go to La Med every other weekend.
Right. Yeah.
But that doesn't. Yeah, but both of them are like passionate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's like breadth over depth. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Gamers like the breadth term. Like they play a lot, but they don't really go too into it.
That's true, I guess. So like, I mean, I guess that makes a lot of sense too.
Yeah,
Like,
and this is just console stuff. If you look at what video games all across the board, like with the mobile stuff, in a lot of ways, it is pretty 50-50 for male and females at the moment.
it's true. And then we're not even talking about competitive like gaming. I
Right.
feel like competitive gaming sports are more dominated by male gamers.
Yeah,
And
that's a big part of that is just it's a lot of females say that they just don't feel very welcome.
Yeah,
in that type of scene.
And that's like an example of like when a female gamer who would play those type of games, they wouldn't like they wouldn't see themselves as a gamer per se,
Right.
because like that sort of community has like negative stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
What do they call BMs, right? League of Legends
They call them what?
BMing.
What's
Bad
BM? Oh,
manners.
bad. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I guess that makes sense. But this is actually a pretty refreshing study because actually my friend just wrote a blog post about
Oh god, that's like you just said a whole bunch of keywords for reasons why people wouldn't be listening to this podcast.
Yeah, I
Think
know.
about it, you just said my friend just wrote a blog post.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
Those are like the red flags for. Oh my God,
Okay,
what's going on here?
I'm not gonna talk about like the blog post except for that. So it's about like how game developers can attract more women with characters. So like it's just an example that like there's a lot of force in this movement, right? And like there's a lot of different ways that people can approach these issues. But it's good to see like the landscape is changing because you don't want like a homogeneous makeup of like people in any community.
Right.
Yeah, that gets you diseases and stuff.
Yeah, that's bad. All right, well, speaking of League of Legends is getting one of its biggest updates next year, where they're going to be overhauling a lot of their big systems. So they're going to add more social features, and they're going to do some crafting stuff. I don't know what that is. There's crafting in League of Legends, right? Do you know about that?
What? There's crafting in League of Legends now?
Yeah, apparently. Well, that's one of the main things that they were talking about for the big update that they're working on for next year. And
I'm not sure how that's going to work out because like you got to go back and forth pretty fast for League, you know, right? You don't want to spend too much time at the shop most of the time, especially near the end of the game.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know exactly what this is going to entail, but they said that this is going to be pretty much they're saying it's going to be one of the biggest updates that they've had since they launched, but you know, that could just be them making it out to be bigger than it really is. I guess it's changing things up, which keeps more people around because then the game doesn't just get stale for everyone.
Yeah, that's
All right. Yeah. So if you have EA Access and you want to play Battlefront, you can get a free trial of Battlefront now and just
Isn't
play
this Battlefront like meh though?
Wait, what?
You're talking about Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
I heard it was pretty meh.
Well, it's the full game's not out yet, so
Oh,
right?
That makes a lot
Wait, is
more
it out?
sense.
I can't even remember. No. Yeah,
I
the
don't
full
know.
game.
Dude,
Full game
I hear
doesn't come
so-
out. The full game's not out yet, so that was only the beta that happened.
Oh, that makes more sense now.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, I just couldn't imagine Battlefront being that meh after all that hype.
Well,
I guess that makes sense.
There's a good chance that this is gonna be like the second biggest game of this year. Because as usual, Call of Duty is probably going to take that top spot. So
Yo, fun fact, I just googled Star Wars Battlefront, right? And there's a collector's edition of Battlefront, the deluxe edition with a fridge. It's being sold by Walmart. It's a bundle. It comes with a fridge.
they took the Call of Duty idea.
I don't know if it's a Call of Duty idea, but it's
that's what Call of Duty did. One of their big collector's edition was like a mini fridge so that you could put all your Mountain Dews.
Do the do.
Yeah, so EA Access is that thing that EA has on Origin and Xbox One, where it's what is it? It's $5 a month or $30 a year, where they give a bunch of different benefits for EA titles, and this is just one of them.
Is EA Access ever going to come to PS4?
PlayStation didn't want it.
Oh yeah, because I have to pay extra money, right?
Yeah, but I guess, but it's just like they could have had it on there, but Xbox said that we'll let you put this on our stuff, and PlayStation was like, nah, we don't want it here. So I don't know.
That's actually kind of weird because EA is like the biggest seller for everything.
Yeah, EA is probably the biggest publisher. And no, because with Activision, it's like Blizzard and Activision, so they have.
No, but you're not even You got Battlefield, you got Dragon Age, you got Star Wars Battlefront.
Well, more importantly, you have.
No, I'm getting to that.
You have Madden and like FIFA.
I'm getting to that. I'm just saying I'm starting up from the bottom.
All
Then
right.
you have Need for Speed and like the Burnout games. Then you have golf. Then you have FIFA.
Well,
FIFA.
they have all the sports games except for
And
basketball.
Madden. Yeah, and they have enough money to push basketball now. Some people still buy basketball now, and
I mean, if whoever does, it's they're just making the wrong decision there.
that is the truth.
It's like, let me just have the worst game for no reason.
But man, FIFA and Madden together, literally, EA can do whatever, and they have enough money to like make any decision.
Right. So something else about Battlefront is they showed off a trailer where one of the maps that they have is going to be the Battle of Jakku, which is related to the new Star Wars movie.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah, you know that, like, if you saw the latest trailer, the Star Destroyer that's like crashed, that's where that came from. So this is gonna maybe show something about that. Yeah, this one's gonna come out for free for everyone on December 8th, which is like 2 weeks after the release of the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, when did the movie come out?
The week before Christmas, so December 18th or something.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, have you guys seen Lab Zero's Indiegogo campaign for their new game?
What's the game?
It's called Indivisible.
I've heard of this game.
So Indivisible is so just so you know, Lab Zero they're the people that made Skullgirls. So what they're doing is they're taking the engine that they made for Skullgirls and they're using it to make an RPG. But this RPG takes a lot of the different mechanics from fighting games, where it's like one of those active time battle type of things where it's not
ATV.
turn-based. Yeah, where it's not turn-based, but you wait for your bars to fill up so that you can perform move with your characters. And one of the interesting things that they have in this game is that you don't just take hits from enemies. You can choose to block hits from enemies, but while you're blocking, what happens is one of your bars goes down, and that bar is used to do super moves. So the more you block, the less super moves you'll have available at any point. And so this Indiegogo campaign had a playable prototype, which you can get now for free. Anyone can get it. You don't have to put money into it. You can get it on PC or you can get it on PS4, which is pretty big deal because that's the first time I'm pretty sure that any Kickstarter type of thing has put out their prototype on a console.
I remember seeing information about this game. I don't know. I mean, I'll try it out, I guess.
I mean, anyone can try it out. So,
I guess.
And you can try it out on consoles, which is more than what most people do. So something that they announced is
you can try it on consoles?
Yeah.
That's actually insane.
Yeah, exactly. Which means they actually finished something before they started this campaign, unlike most people where they just give you promises.
They should actually finish their goal. Even though I don't think I would find this game interesting, but just because of the fact that like they have a demo working, because they have a good idea, I guess.
Right.
They should actually finish the goal.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't remember when it ends, but it's going to be sometime in November, if not early December. So anyone interested, go play it and go put some money in. But something they also announced is that the different playable characters that they're going to have, some of them are going to be like guest characters from other games. They're going to have one of the characters from Skullgirls. They're going to have the main playable guy from Guacamelee. They're going to have Shovel Knight from Shovel Knight, as well as like a bunch of other indie games. I guess they're friends with all the people that made those games, so they are adding in a lot of interesting things for anyone who's part of that community.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah,
Wait, I have a question.
What?
What's the difference between Indiegogo and Kickstarter?
On Kickstarter, when you put money towards it, you don't get charged until the end of the time period.
I got charged at the beginning of the time.
They only charge you
end of the time period, not the end of like. Okay, I get it.
They only charge you like whatever small amount so that they know that you didn't give them a fake credit card or something, right? They don't do the full amount until the Kickstarter thing is finished. For Indiegogo, you get charged immediately. So that way you can't just put in money and then back out at the last second. So you have to actually be willing to actually put up the money immediately. They both have their like good things where, like for Kickstarter, let's say you wanted to move up to a bigger a tier and get some better awards, you can do that. But for Indiegogo, you have to put in the full amount the second time. But yeah, so hopefully they do well. If you remember last week, we talked about the Dark Mewtwo or whatever in Pokken Tournament. They actually showed off a trailer now where he's shown off, and they're calling him Shadow Mewtwo, and that's the official name.
Why don't they call him like what's the thing from like Pokemon? Was it XD Darkness?
XD Gale of Darkness?
Yeah, that one. What do they call?
That has nothing to do with this game.
No, but what do they call the dark Pokemon in those games?
The Shadow Pokemon?
Oh, wait, that has nothing to do with the Shadow Pokemon?
I don't think so. Maybe it does, but I don't think so. They could just be using the same name. Because it's not like those games were made by the main Pokemon like studio, and neither is this, so who knows. But other than that, you guys know about Overwatch, Blizzard's new game?
Yep.
I've heard the name, and that's it.
All right, well, that's all you need to know to understand this story, where they didn't actually have the rights to that name, even after they had announced this game, because about 6 months before them, this one mobile game had registered that name. So they were, even after announcing this game, they were still battling and going through a lawsuit and everything to try and get that name. And it wasn't until October 21st that they actually finally got the name, even though they had announced this game close to a year ago at this point.
So now what's happening? Are they getting sued for a ton of money?
No, well they got the name, and the exact details of it weren't shown off, so we don't know if they had to pay them what. We just know that they finally got the name.
I would
So most likely they paid these other people a lot of money.
That's called a settlement, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So other than that, there's this first-person superhero type of game that was shown off for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation VR, where you can fly around and stuff. And it kind of, I don't know, visually it looks cool, but who knows if it's going to be fun to play at all. And the trailer doesn't really show off anything. It just shows you flying around. So we don't really know what it's about, but the current release window is in 2016, so we'll see what happens. And Batman Arkham Knight, even though it's back on Steam, a lot of people say they're still having problems with it. So Warner Brothers pretty much said that through December 31st, if anyone wants to get a refund for the game, it doesn't matter how long you played it, doesn't matter how long you've owned it, you can get a refund for it.
I'll buy the game, finish it, then refund.
So you can do that if you want now, as long as you finish it by December 31st. And you also get all the other Arkham games with it.
Really?
Yeah, that was part of. I don't know if that part has run out, but I know that was also something that they did last week. So if you want to go look for that, you can.
Offers buyers every single Arkham game for PC?
Yes.
I might actually buy it now.
Yeah, so then you can get all the other games.
Yeah, I might actually buy it now.
Right. So it's still $50, which is pretty much why they did it, because there's no good sale thing going with it, and they know that the game already has a lot of bad PR involved. Yo, Ray, Yo, Ray.
Yeah.
Yo, mute your mic.
No.
But you're just typing
I'm
loudly.
improving the podcast.
No.
Dude. I thought we went over this already.
No, mute your mic.
No.
All right, so
Make the news go faster, Arvinder.
wait, the news has you have to get through the points. All right, I'm going as fast as possible.
Why don't you just make less points, man?
Nah, dude, you got to get through some of the points. So, the teaser trailer for Mass Effect Andromeda came out for N7 Day. There really isn't anything that interesting about it, except for the fact that you have Shepard doing the voiceover for it. So, is Shepard alive, dead? What's going on? We don't know.
I don't even know what you mean by Mass Effect Andromeda.
It's the new Mass Effect game.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I've never played Mass Effect. I'm waiting for, like, an HD collection or something.
They already have like a collection you can get where you can get all 3 games. I don't know if it's not on PS4, but they already have that.
Man.
Yeah, so you just need to get on that. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 is getting a release date somewhere in early 2016.
Oh, dude, totally gonna get that.
Yep. StarCraft 2, they announced that they will continue their DLC story stuff with the Nova Covert Ops
The
DLC.
Nova Scotia?
Yeah, with Nova Scotia DLC, which will come out at some point. That one will follow the character Nova, who is apparently someone from the Wings of Liberty expansion. So
I have no idea from StarCraft.
whoever likes Nova,
Lucas, where are you?
yeah, the people who know about that stuff aren't here this week, so we don't know.
Bummy.
Wait, you guys are talking about the ghost?
Sure,
I don't know.
I didn't play Wings of Liberty, so I wouldn't know.
I haven't
I
even
played it,
StarCraft 2.
That was a while ago, you know?
This is taking one of those characters and giving her like the main role for that DLC.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. They've always liked the female ghosts in StarCraft. First Kerrigan, and then Nova came after her, so that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, did you StarCraft for the story?
Yeah. I mean, not like as the main thing, but yeah, it's not a bad story.
Okay. I was just wondering because, like, I have no idea. I honestly don't. StarCraft is not my knowledge area.
Bloodborne will get new features. This is going to coincide with the old Hunter stuff, where they're going to add different weapons and stuff. But even if you don't buy the new DLC, anything available in like the main story world that they change that isn't in the new area, everyone will be able to get.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, so that's good. Miku Hatsune, or Hatsune Miku, or whatever you want to say, is going to be going on tour in North America.
Wait, that's not new. Like, she's already been on David Letterman's show.
That wasn't a tour, man.
I guess, but
That was just like appearances.
Dude, I feel like he was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I don't know why they chose Letterman to show that off, but okay.
They at least they could have picked like Jimmy Fallon or something.
Yep, they could have literally picked anyone else. They just went with the old guy.
Jimmy Fallon or Conan O'Brien, but no, they went with David Letterman.
Yeah, so
David Letterman is great, right? But like, I don't think like him and Jimmy Kimmel, both of them. I don't think like Jimmy Kimmel would have been like, "Are you serious, Japan?" You know, Jimmy Kimmel would be like that.
Yeah, so this is called the Miko Expo 2016. It will start in Seattle on April 23rd and end in New York on May 28th. So all you Vocaloid fans, go do that stuff.
Who's a Vocaloid fan in here? Cool.
Okay.
Crickets.
I mean, they're not bad. I didn't think anyone who did this podcast was actually a fan.
Wait, I kind of like Supercell.
Who's
Super
what?
Psycho?
Supercell is a Japanese like thing.
Oh, Supercell. Yeah, that's different.
But they always have like Vocaloids come in.
You know, Supercell's doing the soundtrack for Bravely Second, right?
Really?
Yeah. First they got Revo, which made like no sense whatsoever, but it was great. And now they're getting Supercell, which still makes no sense, but is also great.
Supercell is great. Supercell isn't a Vocaloid thing. It's just like one guy who makes like songs, right? Plays the instruments and make the songs together. But sometimes he has Vocaloids come in and sing like the songs for the song, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sing the songs for the songs.
Yeah, sings the songs for the songs. All right, so J.J. Abrams is making a new game, and he's collaborating with Chair. What was this? What's it called? Chair what? Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's a company owned by like Epic Games. So Chair Entertainment, and he's gonna be making a new game. It's gonna launch next year on PC and mobile devices.
Unreal 4.
Yeah, Unreal 4. All right, so any of you who didn't get their Pip-Boys freaking waste of money crap, you can just get it 3D printed if you want. So if you have a 3D
I
printer,
just realized I'm out of butter. This is bad.
oh, you better go out and get some soon.
Man.
In good news, Nintendo Directs will finally return on November 12th. Oh, that's actually tomorrow for us. So by the time this goes up, this already have happened. So I don't even need to say this. All right.
Yeah, Nintendo Direct, guys. You should be watching that instead of this.
Yeah. All right.
That's what I'm supposed to say here, right?
Too bad
Yes.
Banana Man isn't there
And
anymore.
finally, as the last piece of news, Target's Black Friday deals came out, and they'll be having, I'm pretty sure a lot of the other places will have these same deals as well, but this is just specifically from Target. You can get a Wii U for $250, which comes bundled with Smash and Splatoon, which is probably like an amazing deal.
It comes bundled with Smash and Splatoon.
And Splatoon, yep.
Can I get any other games instead for the same price?
No,
Damn.
it's
Like
specifically
even
those games.
why those games? I would rather
Because they were their most popular games in like the last year.
I'd rather get like Luigi's Mansion, like U or whatever.
Wait, there wasn't a Luigi Mansion for the Wii U. That was
There
for the
was.
3DS.
Oh yeah, oh not that. Oh, then what do I want? Oh, the Wind Waker HD.
They had that bundle like years ago. You just missed out.
Yeah, because it was expensive. It wasn't like $250. Probably like what $350 at that point.
It was $350 at that point. Yep.
I told you.
And other than that, the $300 PS4 and Xbox Ones will also be there. The $300 PS4 comes with the Nathan Uncharted collection thing, and the Xbox One comes with the Gears of War, whatever that is. The Gears of War HD thing, which also comes with the other Gears of War games as long as you get it before the end of the year, I believe.
I could have just bought Bloodborne now for $20, and I probably would be spending the same amount of time playing it.
Yeah, so you're just stupid.
No, I got the CD though, the soundtrack, so that's okay.
You're right. That's what mattered. All right, so coming out
Wait, the soundtrack is literally awesome. It's the tit.
So coming out this week, we already talked about Fallout 4. Also, what came out was Rise of the Tomb Raider on
iPad
Xbox
Pro.
One and Xbox 360. That's the game that I want to play, but it's an Xbox only game, so I'm not going to bother.
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Rodea the Sky Soldier for the 3DS, Wii U, and the Wii. I don't know what this is.
How do you describe the game?
I don't know how to describe the game.
What do you mean you don't know how to describe the game?
I looked at the descriptions for it, and I'm like, I have no idea what this is. All I know is that this is the last licensed Wii game that will probably be coming out. Other than that, StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Now that it's finally coming out, Lucas isn't here, so it looks like we don't have to get it.
Yeah.
Make sure you let him know. Super Beat Sonic, that's XONIC, coming out for the Vita. It's a rhythm game, which is apparently, and it's also successor to DJ Max series. You know what that is, Shashank?
Yeah, the DJ Max series are really popular rhythm games for the Vita. I don't know how to describe them except for that. It's like the Vita has too many rhythm games. It's called like DJ Max Technica or something.
Yeah. So, and the gameplay in this game will be based on some arcade game called Beatcraft Cyclone, which is probably some crazy Japanese thing. And if you like that stuff, go get Super Beat Sonic. I actually don't know if you're supposed to pronounce that X that way. That's just how I assume.
Sonic.
Sonic. Like xylophone.
I don't know, dude. You're doing a better job than most people.
All right, so on November 13th, Back to the Future, the game, which was the Telltale's game that came out several years ago. This is just a re-release of that on the PS4, Xbox One, and Xbox 360. Sword Art Online Lost Song will come out on the PS4 and Vita. It's another Sword Art Online game. Apparently those games are pretty good, so if you like ARPGs and stuff, they're good ones to play.
Problem is that like the subs aren't even that good. Subs are really bad.
All right, well,
I don't know Japanese, and I could tell that the subs were bad. Well, the subs are bad for Tales of Hearts R2 for the Vita, but like I don't even know that much Japanese. All I know is like Tatsukute or like Mamoru.
Hey, it's called
Not bad with the subs though.
It's
Like,
called
what do you mean?
localization, man, not
Pretty
translation.
You give me an example. Come on.
I can't tell you off the top of my head. Like you could there's tons of like examples on the internet. But I remember like it's really funny. Like sometimes they'll tell me the names of characters before I actually even know them. Like before I'm supposed to actually know who they are.
All right, so if you want to play this game for good dialogue. Don't get it, but apparently the gameplay is good. Amiibo
Crossing.
Animal
Yeah, that's about
Crossing.
right.
Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival will release for the Wii U, which is pretty much just a Mario Party type of game that will make use of the Animal Crossing Amiibos and stuff. And finally, Football Manager 2016 will come out for the PC.
Pez?
What?
Not.
Football Manager, whatever. Yeah, that shortens into Pez.
Well, actually, no, wait. Pez is Pro Evolution Soccer.
Yeah, not Pro Evolution Soccer. Football Manager 2016.
Which somehow also shortens into Pez.
Yeah. So anyone who's really trying to get their managing stuff going.
Rodea the Sky Soldier kind of looks like Sonic.
I don't know, man. Listen, I told you, I looked at it and I was like, what the hell is this game? I don't understand
There's
it.
so many mechanics going around.
Exactly. All right. So
It looks mad fun.
that's all the releases for this week. What are you guys' final whatever you have to say?
Well, I'm happy that some game studio isn't giving up on the PS Vita.
Well, they're making money on that in Japan, so sometimes they bring them over here.
Whoever is making Sword Art games, I guess PS Vita people like those games. So
yeah, the 5 people that own Vitas are buying them.
wait, I'm not buying it.
That's what you think. If you look right now, you probably have it downloaded on your Vita.
No, I definitely don't.
And you definitely paid for it. All right, so what are your final thoughts, everyone?
Arvinder sucks 2016.
If you didn't say the 2016, you kind of sounded like Lucas.
Really?
Yeah, because you're kind of...
Oh, was it like the really low deadpan voice?
Yeah, and you're far enough away from the mic
Yeah.
that it has that effect.
All right, that's it for this week.
You guys, there's a fetish con in New Jersey this weekend, right?
What?
So, I mentioned previously during the podcast that New Jersey has all sorts of random stuff, right?
Right.
We got one of the only 2 nude beaches in the country. We got a love hotel, and then I think I mentioned this that time too. But there is actually a fetish con going on this weekend.
What is it? Just a con for fetishes or for a specific?
Well, no. It's I think it's actually just for sexy stuff in general.
Is
I imagine
just the Exotica Expo?
Yeah, you got it. Fetish con was probably the wrong word, but that was I saw someone's post and those were the words they used, so it just sort of came out of my mouth. But yeah, it's called Exotica with 3 X's.
I remember joking about this with Arvinder sophomore year, and saying, "Oh, dude, let's go to this. We can just go to this instead of PAX." And he just looked at me and he was just disappointed.
All right, so don't forget to support your local cons. Make sure you go to Exotica, whatever it was called. And we'll see you next week, hopefully without, with our normal crew instead of the skeleton crew.
Without Lucas?
Yeah. Pretty much without Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
So bye and stuff.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Fuck you guys.
Bye-bye.
I love you, Arvinder.
We'll be right back.